We
Knicks fans, yo, we coming hard.
It's time for this real taller high. We going live on a televised or on blue skies. We on that Friday night Knicks with our Knicks constituents. Live the ultra trip. That's that Nick orange and blue. I thought you knew it's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. We stand on business. This real talk brand. You know we in this. We in the streets of Manhattan. Keeping the action, getting the people reacting. Leading up to Knicks and he getting it cracked. Cause it's game time. We in the world most famous. We seen the Knicks lock your team up. I be serving just like a subpoena. You know the Knicks fan. We feeling real giddy and litty. The New York City gritty committed to beat the city by 50. We're about to get me a nice life with a smart quarter on ice. For a few bucks in the quarter to pay the order with my smart device. We got them getting it popping in the Apple Rotten. Rep the home, met the popping, stopping on the Apple Watching. It's Knicks Real Talk, the team streaming on YouTube.com. We got two dudes doing good moves spot on, dropping the bomb. When the cop, we got a spot to dropping some of the hottest Knicks content that's up in your head. Enough said, you know, upstairs, leaving the guard after they done got their bag. Looks like a cab to fly back to the triad, no jet lag.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We Salute, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, everybody, man? Salute to my people in the building, Divine, Shaw Powers, Knicks Real Talk. We're in the building for just vibe tonight, man. We just vibe tonight. We're gonna get into a little bit, talk about what the Knicks need to continue to do before they, get ready to hit to the regular season. We're gonna talk about a little bit the Robert Williams thing, and obviously the elephant in the room, Julius Randle. Before I go any further, we bring my partner in crime in the building, Shaw Power, the other link to Knicks Real Talk to keep the chain linked together, man. What's good, my brother?
Divine, salute to you as always, my brother. Salute to the family in the chat. Pros and cons tonight. That's what we're going to talk about. Let's get into it. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Salute to my man, Rasul was popping. Coach, what's good, my brother? Good to see you. Good to see everybody, man. I hope everybody had a great summer. We're about to get into the fall season. Basketball will be around the corner in about another month, all that good stuff, man. So getting ourselves amped up and get ready for the season. It's going to be a pretty fun season in New York this year. I'm really looking forward to these guys getting there, making it happen in the, with the team this year. So it's going to be interesting, man. Been a pretty interesting summer. Shot Powers had some trades go down, had some free agency signings, had some drafting going on. We drafted some pretty decent players, so we want to look and see what they're going to be able to contribute to the NBA and to the team this year. But for I'm concerned, this team is lit. No excuses. They are now in the situation where they are becoming a hunter, and they got to go out there being a hunter, I meant to say. And they got to go out there and show and prove this year. Because I think that the NBA and us as fans is looking for the Knicks to have a good year in the NBA. The Eastern Conference is going to be pretty lit. Philly, Boston, obviously, all the other teams. So let's see what our team's going to do. But I'm excited about it, man. But there's a lot of things we got to go through to get to that situation. So that's why we're on tonight. And, one thing I do want to talk about is, where do we go from here? What's next for the Knicks? What do you think we need to do, or what should we do heading into training camp in about another 3 weeks, whatever? Where you think we at, man? What do you think this team should be doing right now?
Well, I know as the off season is here, and we sporadically all podcasters are getting on when they can, just to keep everything, live. You know what I mean? We talk about, some of the similar things about what's going on with the team, how the team is how they're gonna progress, how the team is gonna be acclimated with Mikal Bridges and OG at the wings this year. How are we gonna keep Julius Randle? Is Julius Randle gonna get traded? Is he in a big trade? Is he gonna be here for the rest of his duration of his years to be here as a Knick? Is he gonna retire here as a Knick? What's the haps with Mitchell Robinson? Are we gonna get a backup center? Is it gonna be Kessler? Is it gonna be Capella, or is it gonna be Zubaka, who are all these other names that are out there and stuff like that. So right now, as the on paper, the Knicks are a very good team this year, and it's projected to be one of the top 3 teams in the East this year. You know what I mean? And that's where we got to look at it because with a healthy roster, this team can compete with anybody. 1 through 9 lineup is phenomenal. You know what I mean? And if you add the 10th and 11th man, it make them even more substantial. You know what I mean? So that's what the whole hoopla is about, man. But I know we got a big topic that we want to talk about tonight, and that's once again about the pros and cons. But aside from that, I think the Knicks are going to be a good team. I already predicted the Knicks to be at least 57 wins this year. I want them to be number 1, but I think they're going to be one of the top 3 teams in the East this year. Like procrastinators are saying that they should be in the East, a dominating team. So that's what I look forward to seeing and to talk about them the whole 82 games of the regular season.
Yeah, real talk. It's going to be an interesting one, be a fun one. I'm excited about it. They're going to be lit, man. Make no mistake about it. You're going to see some real good basketball we've seen in the past year. I know we're going to see some more this year because I think this team is stacked. They're fully loaded. I mean, they to me, not only on top of that, they brought in they show and prove how they really want to get down. Tom Thibodeau brought in experienced coaches who got championship pedigree, Mo Cheeks, Mark Bryan, all these guys. They lost, we lost Johnny Bryan, so he brought in somebody else. But to bring in Mo Cheeks was huge for the Knicks. That's just like bringing in a talented player. When you bring in a coach like Mo Cheeks, who has the pedigree of what I would say savant when it comes to the NBA. He played for the Sixers, won a championship with Dr. J, Darryl Dawkins, all these guys. I mean, he's one of the prolific defense point guard that ever put on a pair of sneakers in the NBA. So to have him with Deuce McBride and Brunson and all these guys, man, having another coach like that on the bench is amazing. So that's why I think on top of the players that we brought in, these coaches are going to make this team pretty relevant too. So we see how it goes. But what I do want to talk about is the Julius Randle situation. And this is what I want to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody listening or watching. I just want to know what's the pros in keeping them, what's the cons in keeping them, what's the do's in keeping them, what's the don'ts in keeping them. It's not even about wanting to trade them. What makes the Knicks either want to keep Julius Randle or the Knicks want to get rid of Julius Randle? What reason would they do it? Is it long-term, short-term? I think that's what it really boils down to because, anybody's tradable, but also anybody can stay with you forever. But he is an instance scenario because out of all the players on the team right now, Shot Powers, other than Mikal Bridges, he got the biggest extension coming up. You know what I mean? And they are the two of the two important guys to the Knicks for what they're going to do this year and how far they want to go or even in the future. So I'm assuming Jalen Brunson took a pay cut to help this situation out right here because I know Mikal going to get his. And so what does it say if the Knicks extend Mikal Bridges before they extend Julius Randle? And do you think they would do it? And what's the pros and cons of doing it?
It all depends on when Mikal is available to get an extension. I was gonna say, is it October? I was gonna just say, is it like October? He may get an extension before Julius Randle. It is very possible that happens just because I think Julius Randle is going to play to the next year. I think his next contract that he gets from the Knicks, if he does stay here with the Knicks, is going to be very beneficial to Julius Randle. And I think he's been here long enough to know that the Knicks are going to give him something. We already know what he can do. He knows that he hurt himself. He knows that he has a lot of stuff that he got to try to accomplish to all the naysayers out there that talks bad about Julius Randle. He made it all these playoffs and and haven't performed and stuff like that. 2 times he made it to the playoffs. He was hurt. And I mean, 1 time that he made it to the playoffs, he had no one else but him. So, that's a pro and that's a con right there. I think Julius Randle healthy this year, especially the last couple of years when he was playing 72 games and 74 games. If we get a Julius Randle year like that, with the way he played just in January last year, could be something special for this team. But it's something to talk about, man. We could talk about pros and cons all day about what can happen with this team behind Julius Randle. So I'm not gonna take up too much time. I'll give it back to you, Divine.
Yeah. I second everything you said. But here, like for me, also, you also got to look at it from the business side of everything. You got to look. We had to look at it from a cap situation. We got to look at it from a longevity situation. I mean, everything it's a lot of variables in there. It's a lot of variables going involved with dealing with this stuff because it's not about the sentimental stuff when it comes to what business. You can't run the business being sentimental, and the Knicks are not going to run the business being sentimental. You got to truly deal with the yeses and the nos. Was good, was not good. It's going to make your brand more better, short term or long term, and that's what the Knicks is with Julius Randle. Do the Knicks going to have to realize? Do we give Julius Randle that, or we give it to somebody who's equivalent better than Julius Randle in the sense that might have a more of an impact on the team than they feel he might could. That from their thinking standpoint, from a president of basketball operations, from a GM, from an owner. Do they got to say if 5 years more Julius Randle a risk of me maybe in getting somebody who might that's prime time. I mean not prime time, but let's say he is all NBA. You can't get no better than that. I mean superstar. Let's say superstar or somebody on that level. Do you think the Knicks would say, well, you know what? If I can get this guy for this and say this, and it gets me that, do the Knicks front office say, you know what? We know he's going to get paid. We did right by him. He's been here for a while. He did right by us. There's no hard feeling. I mean, he came here. We paid the man. He did his job. We paid him, and we paid him again. But now we think like we might want to look at greener pastures. So they might say, I want to say that if this dude come available and we can get him, how does that put his? Because I think out of all these Villanova boys, they locked in. All the main dudes is locked in. Anunoby, he in the Villanova, but I think Anunoby, Josh Hart, Bridges, all of them gonna be locked in. So you're gonna if you don't think that them guys you locked in with Julius Randle gonna get you a championship. So if you don't think that Julius Randle, Anunoby, all these guys gonna get you a championship, then the Knicks might say, I might have to wait a minute. It might be a different blah, 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 or a couple of pieces, might be two pieces combined for one. So I say all that. So that's to me is the pros and cons of dealing with this thing from the Knicks side of perspective. Literally the Knicks organization is Julius Randle, and we extend him for 200 million. Can I have got somebody else who could do what he could do, or maybe more from both sides of the ball and shoot 40%? All that stuff. I'm saying, do they think they would do that? And that's why I'm thinking why, this thing might not be cut and dry as it is. Do I want to do, from my perspective, yeah, sign him. Shit, give him his money. But I also don't have a problem with saying, you know what, I'm going to give you 3 years, 150 million for 3 years. 50 million.
That's how I've been on it.
But I'm not going to give you 5 years. I'll give you 3 years, 45 million a year, bet what Anunoby got. But it not only would make sense for him because he's still getting the money he's going to get if the Knicks would have gave it all to him. So the Knicks give him 135 and the other team give him 135. He got us 270 at, whatever. I don't know. But it's interesting. I brought that up, Shop Power. I thought that, for me, the con of it is what Julius Randle can do with the ball with the team we have now. When it was RJ and he was that, him and my man was that dude, but RJ never ain't Anunoby and Mikal Bridges neither. You know what I mean? So them guys got to get shots up too. You know what I mean? Everybody got to get shots up. Brunson going to get the bulk of the shot, I would say. These cats scored 20 a game last year. My man Mikal Bridges, something like that. So is he going to be hunting for his 20 a game? Or, Anunoby going to want to shine, knowing that the pressure's on him with a big contract like that. Now the pressure's on Anunoby now, Shot Powers. It ain't no more that game here in. No, you got to come out here every night and give me at least 18, 19, 20 because that's what you got paid for with his defense. So how did that make Julius Randle's shot selection and his shot attempts? Well, do you think that affected the game from a rhythm standpoint? Because he's not a deadly knockdown deep 3-ball shooter. He can knock him down. So how does that affect his business, knowing that Anunoby and my man is in there now?
Yeah, I mean the pro with Julius Randle being on the court is, yeah, he's not a super duper efficient 3-point shooter. I think he could get it up to about 36, 37% for the season.
Okay.
And another good pro for him is that he can rebound the basketball, and his down low game is ridiculous. The one thing with this team is he doesn't have to do all of those things anymore. If he goes down and shoots, let's say 31, 32% from 3-point land, on 4 attempts a game, instead of him shooting the 8 attempts a game that he was shooting before, but he gets you 5 more assists, where his assists come from four assists a game to almost 9 a game, change the whole perspective of how the team plays basketball. I mean, so with that being, that's a pro. That's a pro. That's definitely a pro. If he takes less 3-point shots, which he did last year, I think he was more on the average of less than 5 3-pointers a game, somewhere around there. I don't think he was taking no more than 5. The most maybe 6, but I don't even think it was that high. With the low percentage of 3-point shots that he was making, he elevated his game to go 11 rebounds. You know what I mean, and gets 8, 7, 8, 9 assists instead of 4, 5, 6 assists. I mean, that's a big elevation for the game, because now he's giving the ball. And the one thing that we talked about when Julius Randle played against Atlanta, he had no one to give the ball to. Not this year. Julius Randle will have the opportunity to give it to 3 players on his rotation around the 3-point land that shoot about 40% from 3-point land this year. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, and OG Anunoby. And, that makes a big difference when he gets the double teams that he gets as heavy as he does to kick it out and to give it to open shooters. Now he's not giving it to Burks and Bullock and I was about to say Prigioni. Why that name came in my head to give it to those guys like that. Now he's giving it to OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson. And the one thing that Jalen Brunson missed last year was a Julius Randle, because of his open 3-point shot was about 40% last year. And I mean, he had more contested shots than he had open shots last year because of Julius Randle going down when he did. So, but going back to about the financial part, the con for Julius Randle, he may want a bag, you know what I mean? And he may want that $200 and something million contract, where the Knicks may not want to give him that contract. But I think this is the reason why he's waiting to after this year to let them know if they make it to the finals this year, or even capture a championship, which I think they can if everyone's healthy, to capture a championship. Everybody, Julius Randle, get whatever you want. What you want? $54 million? You got it. We going over the cap. We going, Mikal, how much you want? 37. We gonna go over the cap because we didn't want a championship.
Well, they already over the cap, though.
Huh?
They're already over the cap. But
the second apron. Let's blow it up.
I don't think the Knicks will do that, man. Not that.
I mean, if they win the championship, they would do like some of these other teams, I believe, like Boston. Boston is way over the second apron, but Boston is going to have that team for the next 3 years before they break it up. I mean, just like Denver. Denver is way over the cap, and they're hoping to get back into the same realm of playing good basketball like they did when they won the championship. But they if you win a championship, you don't care about the luxury tax, because you ain't paying the luxury tax. The fans are gonna pay the luxury tax. Guaranteed that a ticket in the 3 section, in the 200 section, is gonna be $700 instead of $400. You know what I mean? So, but like you were saying about the thing, for just namesake, I know this is one of the names that we were talking about in the background about Jeremy Grant, and I mean, he's signed to a contract for the next 4 years, and his salary is set. And I mean, but Julius Randle's salary not set. We may look at Julius Randle's salary next if he signed again, 45, 47, 49 million. Not saying that he's not worth it, but that's the contract that we're gonna look. So that's a pro and a con. We can get someone like Jeremy Grant over here that loves the Villanova Knicks, who was out hanging out at Jalen Brunson and them their podcast and hanging out with this dude where they playing tennis and hanging out with Josh Hart because him and Josh Hart used to play together, right? I'm not mistaken, right? So they boys, you know what I mean? So, you know, to bring him over here, his salary is set. I don't think in the next 4 years he makes over $40 million. You know what I mean? No, and he's only what 29, 30 years old and stuff like that. You know, that could be a pro and a con that the New York Knicks front office is thinking about if they want to get off of Julius Randle.
Yeah, that's why I made this segment, ladies and gentlemen. It's nearly not about us. I'm just trying to point out, what do you think the New York Knicks would do? Not Divine, not Shy. What do you think the New York Knicks would do? This is what this is really about. Because, you know, I'm really a Randle dude. But I understand the business, though. Because that you talking about spending your team, if somebody go down, and you got one of my big contracts go down, that makes it harder for the Knicks to go in there and be able to do what they're gonna do. Because you know, but what I'm looking at from this standpoint, I think the Knicks will sign Julius Randle, but for some reason, I don't know if they give him a long deal. And so that's what I'm kind of like. I ain't struggling with it. I kind of get it, but you good either way. You know, like I say this, Shot Power, people don't believe this, but I don't people believe, but anybody can get traded, right? No matter what, because I think what happened with this NBA, the second apron thing, it kind of fucked these NBA teams up.
Mm-hmm.
See, it messed these NBA teams up by the way they can wheel and deal. There's too many restrictions in it now where they can't wheel and deal like they used to. And you know, and I think even though the money going up, but everything else going up with it. You know what I mean? So I think the Knicks gonna be like, listen, I don't think the Knicks would. They've never been a team. James Dolan is one of the most profitable dudes in the NBA franchise for us in the NBA team, because he don't do that stuff. James Dolan is a straight out to the penny point businessman. He no scared money don't make money. But James Dolan operates at a point where this is where I'm at. This is how we got to get it done. This is what I'm giving you to get it done. I'm giving it to you, but you got to get it done here. I think the NBA with this second apron shit got all these teams shook. I mean, look at the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, they stuck.
And even though Klay Thompson, it ain't only because he didn't want to be there. They probably want to get Klay Thompson that money with Andrew Wiggins. I mean, they off. That's what. Think about what happened to them the last couple of years. They ain't been nowhere. They cap struck.
Right, and they can't make no trade.
That's why I was saying you have to look at that from the Knicks standpoint. If we go out there, let's hypothetically give Julius Randle 5 years, and we don't get over that hump, we can't do nothing. You know, so the Knicks front office got to look at that and say, okay, do we go ahead and get a Jeremy Grant or somebody who kind of makes the money he got, but he's not going to strap it for 5-6 years. He might strap us for 2, 3, or 2, but he'd give us a chance. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, one thing we forget, when you sign Mikal Bridges and all them, by time Randall's contract up, you're going to have to get Jalen Brunson $50 million. You're going to have to get his $300 million that he left, the money he left on the table. Knicks got to get that. He got to get that back. You know what I mean? I think so I keep saying that because I don't think the Knicks is top to his number reason. I always tell you, Shot Powers, him and Mitchell Robinson are the only 2 players on that whole team that Leon Rose didn't bring in. Leon Rose didn't bring in Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle. Everybody else, that's their regime. Their regime brought the new players in. So you have to look at it from a standpoint, if the Knicks going to go with Julius Randle 5 years, $200 million, or do they just say, let me take it easy? That's the pros and cons of this whole thing. It's the money, and what about if a certain player come available that they truly want? So, but it's a good topic, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to put it out there because I know the Julius Randle thing is heavy, and I don't want to talk about like we got to trade him. It's what is the pros and cons to trade him? I think it's a win-win no matter what. But like I said, you have to look at it from both sides. They got to look at it from the Knicks standpoint. You got to look at it from Julius Randle's standpoint. Julius Randle might be like, shit, y'all ain't gonna give me a certain amount of money. I'm king of rocks. You know what I'm saying? So, Shot Powers, but that was one of the things, man. I thought Shot Powers was interesting because, like I said, it's out there. But I just didn't want to get into it where somebody talking about we traded Julius Randle. What's the significance of it? I think we touched on a lot of good points, man. I don't know who it could be out there, man. It don't seem like everybody just even good as Randle or better always be hurt. You know what I mean? So it's kind of best to keep them. All the other players, the superstar, they stay hurt. You know what I mean? So it ain't worth really. To me, going after somebody crazy, Julius Randle, all NBA. You know what I mean? You ain't trading Julius Randle for the Miami. They ain't good as Julius Randle. I know that much. Unless you get a whopping return on your investment for as picks, player. I mean, the Dallas thing was crazy. They talking about P.J. Washington and Gafford. Okay. How do y'all feel about Julius Randle going home to Dallas? And now you got Kyrie, Klay Thompson, Luka, and Julius Randle. That's pretty deadly. You know what I mean?
That changed the perspective in the West.
Changed the perspective in the West. Now, OKC, which was going to be that team, but listen, Mavericks went to the, you know what I mean? So now you got Julius Randle with Luka Doncic and Kyrie and fucking and Klay Thompson. He from Dallas. Shit like that way to the people mind. I think people got a right to think about it like that way, but I don't think it happened though. But that would have happened. Just never know what the Knicks might do. The Knicks might say, you know what? Gafford money cheap, Washer money cheap. We just saved $185 million, but it didn't weaken our team because I think with the nucleus of Anunoby, Mikal, Brunson, and DiVincenzo, and you got some bucket getters. You know what I mean? You got 4 dudes who literally can, and PJ Washington ain't no slouch, but Daniel Gafford, he's a good backup to Mitchell or whatever, how that would go. So the team don't get weaker, but I don't think it's more star-studded without Julius Randle. So we'll see. But it's all good, man. Any more takes on that for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big way of looking at things, especially if you're looking at it from a fan like us as fans. You know what I mean? You want to see what Julius is going to be able to do. I mean, what he's going to be able to show us that he has already shown us with a team now. Now he has a team. He has 3 players that's going to be on the wing that can shoot.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, that can shoot 3-point shots.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And he may not get as many points this year, or maybe not even as many rebounds. He may get the points, but maybe he might not get as many rebounds. But you got these other guys that can contribute. And I say this, this is one of the reasons why I appreciate what Mitchell Robinson does, because Julius Randle doesn't get those rebounds a lot of times without Mitchell Robinson being on the court, because Mitchell Robinson blocks out like 2 players. So a lot of Randle offensive rebounds is off of the boxing out of what Mitchell Robinson does. I mean, in my perspective. I mean, but I think his game can elevate this year because the play that Mikal is what we wanted out of RJ Barrett. A knockdown mid-range guy shooting about 50%, a guy that's going to the line shooting about 90%, and the guy that's shooting from 3-point land at 40%. That's what we wanted out of RJ Barrett. We couldn't get it out of him all the years that we had him. We got a taste of it the beginning of the last year before he got hurt. But that's what we got this year with Mikal, and that's going to make Julius Randle a better player. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't have to abuse himself as much. He can back down, go down to the down in the paint, and as soon as that double team comes, here comes a 3-point shooter.
Yes,
I mean, so Tony.
Yes. TC, what's popping, my brother? Salute.
Yes,
salute,
sir.
salute. You already know what it is, man. Tone Crow, Nixon, Brutus in the chat, my brother, man. What's good? Good to see you. Hope everything is well, TC. Y'all already know, man, the MBK fam, my brother Sim, everybody. Salute to the fam. Salute to everybody, man. Yeah, sorry about that, my brother. Go ahead, my brother.
Nah. I know why and stuff, but that's basically what it all boils down to. If we decide that we're going to keep Julius Randle, it's not us that's going to decide. If the front office decide that they're gonna keep Julius Randle. We're gonna see a different style of game from Julius Randle this year, I believe. And I'm wholeheartedly to see what happens, because if he's not going to sign with the Knicks, I would give him this year to finish out his contract to see what we would do with him. If we lose Julius Randle at the next year and he doesn't sign back with us and stuff like that, okay. You know what I mean? That's the thing. If he's talking about he wants $250 million and the Knicks only offer him $190 million, you know what I mean? And the difference is 1 year, 1 year salary, you know, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? What you gonna do? You know what I mean? The same thing that happened with Hartenstein, you know what I mean? We'll figure it out. You know what I mean? And like the cataclysm to that is, you know, someone like a Jeremy Grant, or the two guys, like you said, the PJ and the Gafford from Dallas. That would be a very good trade. You know what I mean? That would be a very good trade, because Gafford had a very good year under Luka last year, and he's a defensive mind. Grant is like the new name out there. Grant is another name we will talk about too. But Grant right now, name is out there, and if you get Jeremy Grant, and this is a fan's point of view right now. If you get Jeremy Grant, knowing that he plays the defense that he plays,
yo,
on,
listen,
the defense that he plays,
oh my God.
you know what I mean? And he can score the basketball. So, but we won't have to look for 24, 25, 26 points a game. But if he gives us 19, 20, 21 points a game, and Mikal is giving us 22, 23 points a game, and OG is giving us 18, 19, 20 points a game, and Brunson is still doing about 28 points a game, you do the math. I just threw some numbers out there. I just threw it out. But Grant on defense with Mikal,
right,
and OG
and Mitchell
and
Robinson.
Mitch.
That's
Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, I'm not taking anything. This is from a fan's point of view right now. Putting them on the team is not a bad outlook. You know what I mean? If that was the move that they were going to make, as a fan, I would hate to see Julius go. But if Jeremy Grant is coming here and he's down with the Villanova boys, bring him on. And he's down with Josh Hard body. You know what I mean? Him and Josh Hart is boys. You know what I mean?
He won't command the ball real quick. He won't command the ball like Julius Randle.
Right.
Not looking to get down like that. You know what I mean? So that's what I was saying. In a sense, it makes sense. But listen, I think what you brought as a point to me earlier too, you got to realize though, Julius Randle's assist number probably go to 7 to 8 this year.
Right. That, you know, that's the pros with Julius. His assist with the guys that he have around him, he's gonna have almost a triple-double every game. He'll probably do light numbers, 21 points, 11, 12 rebounds, and about 9, 10, 11 assists a game. Easy with the guys that he got around him, I believe, you know, in my opinion, what I would want to see from him, his assist game is going to elevate from that 4.5 assists that he get a game to almost 8.9, 9 assists a game. Easy.
Easy, yeah. They're gonna be a deadly team in New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake about it. I got this team. You know what? I think the move I like obviously what OKC gonna be pretty much at the top of the high echelon over there. But don't sleep on that Westbrook move to Denver. I'm telling you that now you got two dudes like him and Jokic can facilitate a basketball like no other. These guys can pass the ball to anybody.
Yeah, don't sleep on Westbrook. Everybody hate on Westbrook. Listen, that boy he may not can shoot. He may not can shoot for a lick, but can he score the basketball? He can shoot that mid-range. And can he facilitate? Of course he can. He can facilitate.
That was a good move for them. That was a real that's one of the top moves this year for a team, because what Russell Westbrook his destination now to get a ring. Obviously, he want that ring. You know what I mean? And knowing that you go into a team like that, you know, you just up their game. They lost Cartavius, but you lost Cartavius, but you replaced him with Russell Westbrook. And when it's not about Russell Westbrook putting up numbers like he did when it's not even about that. It's about how he played the game of basketball and what he could do with a basketball. Russell Westbrook scored 9 points for Denver, but he dished out 8 assists. That's a win for them. You know,
that's a
win for them. And he grabbed you 7, 8 rebounds, but that's what he do.
And I forgot about his rebounding. He's a lethal rebounder.
So I say that. I like to say with teams like, you know, them guys over there at the OKC and Minnesota, Anthony Edwards and Karl Towns, looking to get back to where they was at. That's gonna be a tough conference. So I do believe that, you know, from a Knicks perspective, I could see us and one of them in the play. I could see the Knicks in the finals this year, no question about it. It's really not, to me. If the Knicks come back healthy, I still think they take out Philly and Boston, because I think we would have gave them a run for their money last year if we wasn't got hurt. I mean, so this team is more stronger, more deeper. They got the right piece there. What was they starting unit? Some of them on the bench now this year. Like Devin Chisel Hart started when everybody went down. Now you about to put them dudes back on the bench where they are at, and you got your starting five. That's got to be top 10, top 5 in the NBA starting to me. I'm talking about a whole starting five. Shot Powers, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Anunoby, Randall, and and Mitchell Robinson got to be in the top 10, top starting 5 as a unit in the NBA. Got to be. I mean,
I think they're top 3, and
okay.
I'm still being modest. Modest. I think that combination of a healthy OG this year with Mikal Bridges on the other wing is no, the switch offs is you know, who's gonna want to switch off with OG? It's just like if you're going over a pick and roll and there's OG and Mikal, what's the difference?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They are elite, and they stay in. Both of those guys got long arms, and they stay in the passing lane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know, and as much as, you know, what is the other guy that we were talking about from Portland, right?
Oh yeah, Robert Williams.
Yep. Another guy to think about, but he's a little pricey. I think his contract is a little. I think his contract a little pricey. I think he like $9, $10, $11 million.
He got the same contract as Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, so yeah, I know he got a little pricey contract. So
you know, for what he do is not pricey. I mean, I would say because he do what Mitchell Robinson do. He only played 6 games last year, ladies and gentlemen, because he did get hurt last year. Real quick, Shot Power.
It's another thing with him. He gets hurt a lot too.
I think that was his first. See, here's interesting to me. He came in the league with Mitchell Robinson in 2018, right? They both out of Louisiana. They both got the same game. I don't have a problem with backing up Mitchell Robinson. That $11 million. I think he'd give us what Jericho Simmons and ain't gonna give us.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that one. He a defense demon. But the only reason Boston had to let him go because they, in that deal, some way came around where they got Drew Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm Browder this way, somebody that way, whatever. So he only played 6 games, but for $11 million, and you can move him when you want to. I think Tom Thibodeau will like him though. You know what I mean? I think Tom Thibodeau will like him. He a defense-minded center like Mitchell Robinson. The cat he'll go swat it out the air when he need to.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what the Knicks. If Mitchell Robinson get hurt, now Robert Williams coming, you got Mitchell Robinson still here in a sense because their game is the same. I mean, they do the same thing practically. That's the reason why I see why the Knicks would do it, because they, just in case Mitchell Robinson, you got to remember, we got to have an insurance policy. You know what I mean? I hope Mitchell Robinson pay all 98 games, ladies and gentlemen. That means the finals. I hope he play all 98 games. That means from here to the finals. You know what I mean? But if he don't, Robert Williams is a good serviceable backup on $12 million a year this year. When that's over, then he got aspiring. You know, then the contracts I think the Knicks are looking for. They ain't looking for these long ass contracts because they ain't got to pay all the players they got now. But I do think that I don't want to have a problem with him backing up Mitchell Robinson. I don't, because I think he's gonna bring him, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Deuce McBride. Who else out there? Cameron Payne. That's some good defense ball players, ladies and gentlemen. Now you got a dude up there who got some size up there. You know what I mean? And he got the body to deal with some of these dudes. But I'm good either way. If they don't get him, I'm good with it. And they do get him, I'm good with it. Because I think he'll make a difference on our team, just due to the fact of what he could do if Mitchell Robinson go down. But other than that, because it was interesting with him, Shop Howard. Portland just obviously got DeAndre Ayton starting, right? And they just drafted Kagan. So what they gonna do with I think he becomes redundant in the sense because they probably gonna pay Kagan a little bit because coming out, they drafted him high, so they're gonna want to use him. And they got Ayton there starting, so I don't know how Robert Williams might fit in if they're gonna put their stock in Kadigan. I'm saying it right. Sorry, they put their stock in him. He's redundant. So that's why I think his name is out there like that.
Yeah, I mean, good guy, blocked some shots, rebounded basketball, but like you said, he come from the same grain of Mitchell Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Bama boy, but he's hurt a lot too. I mean, he's in that same class too. So
yep. So
it's
I can
something
see
to think
why.
about, but
I can see why you would pass on him for that reason, the injury, and that's just like the same way I feel about Mitch. It's like what I love Mitch. It's because of the injury history. We always put in the quagmire. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's tough. It's tough when you got to play it like that. I mean, that's how Anthony Davis used to be. You know what I mean? When injury prone is injury prone. We got him. Everybody got him. But they when they affect your squad, that's when my concerns will come up with Mitch. Can you imagine if Mitch was healthy all last year? The Knicks would have been a dominant team. He started off the year dominant. So
if Mitch would have played dominant last year, we'd still have Hardenstein too.
Right. Facts. So that's the Knicks probably won't go with him, but his name is out there, and then in the day NBA, $12 million is not bad. A $13 million contract is not bad to gamble on, knowing that. Because here's another thing: him and Mitch contract could be up in the same year. Mitch ain't got to see because I don't see the Knicks signing Mitch for no big money. I don't see it. That's just a gamble they can't afford to take. I just don't see it. Not knowing they have a championship aspiration, they don't know he's gonna be able to stay on the floor all the time. That's only from that standpoint. That's the only standpoint I talk about this thing for Mitchell Robinson. It's the only standpoint is the injuries, nothing else. I'm a Mitch homer. I love Mitch to death. You know what I mean? But I'm also a realist too, though. You know what I mean? I'm a realist, and if you can't play, you can't stay on the floor. They can't pay you for nothing. They can't pay you just to be sitting home. Because our bosses don't do that. Well, not me, but you know what I mean. When you're in a workplace like that, if you can't come to work, they ain't gonna try to pay you. So, and that's where they at. I like that one. I ain't mad at you with that Steven Adams, Walter White. I ain't mad at you with that, my brother. Walter, I'm with that. I can deal. I can take some Steven Adams down here for real. That'd be nice. I like that one, Walter. That's a good one right there. Steven Adams, he talking about offensive rebounding. Him and Mitch. You get Steven Adams, they had a Walter White. I would love to wish that could make that come to fruition, but it's crazy. But he would have been nice shot powers. But yeah, man, that certainly gonna be interesting all year. And I think I think right now what we have with Jericho Sims and Chua, they make it work. I mean Rambo Chua, Jericho Sims. Hope Jericho will have a real bounce back year this year. He was working on his game all summer. All these niggas been putting in work. But this is the first time I seen him really put in work like the way I seen him put in work. I never seen Joe. I seen him lift weights. But this is the first time I seen video footage of him really working like that, the way he was working this year with Mike Bibby and other guys, mid-range game working on it, drop, step, spin, fade, jump. He was knocking them down too. So if Jericho Sims could take that lead, we don't need none of these dudes. You know what I mean? We don't. If Jericho Sims could take a leap, we don't need the Williams. We don't need nobody. We got our backup center. If my man make a step this year, then we good. He just
and let it be known, just in case if Knicks fans didn't know, Jericho Sims in the last 2 years had injuries just really surfaced. He had the arm surgery. He had the arm injuries, arm shoulders injury, and the thumb on his shooting hand injury as well. And I mean that's when he broke it, when he probably threw his hand into the dunking contest. I'm joking. But so let that be known too. You know what I mean? He didn't play as much as he did because of those ailments that he had, and he might not have been ready to play at Tom Thibodeau's level of defense. You know what I mean? So let that sink in too. I mean, if he comes back and he has a better year, because he jumps out the rim and he grabs rebounds and he can grab offensive rebounds. When he's healthy, he really gets at it on the boards. And I mean, and last year, the limited time they played, he stayed a little bit more on the floor. He wasn't that deer in headlights type thing as he was years prior. I mean, he was more grounded. He stayed on the floor. He made aggressiveness. He didn't let nobody bully him and push him around because he's a monster across his shoulder top. So if he can come and have a healthy season, we all these names that we talking about, 10 games in, 10, 15, 12 games, we talk about Jericho Sims is the man. I'm gonna get Jericho Sims shirt. That's how it's gonna be.
Hey, Walter White, I wouldn't even call you crazy, my brother. I think you dead on about that. I think this young man gonna have that year that Deuce Bryant. He cause know what it is? Hartenstein going prevented opportunity. And the Knicks and Tom Thibodeau probably told young Jericho Sims, we lost Hartenstein. We ain't trying to go spend no money. We need you to elevate your game this year. And if that dude come off the bench and give us 7 rebounds, 7 points, some good defense, then we good.
We real good.
Good.
7.7 rebounds. That is a win.
Yes. And it's doable because
it is.
Even though, except for my man, be stealing a lot of them. Josh Hart, but so Josh Hart might be stealing a lot of them from him, but he'll get you 7 rebounds. I'm just having some fun with that one. But I really hope I think he's gonna have a good year, man. I'm with you on that, Walter White. I think Jericho Sims, sometimes patience is a virtue, man. You just gotta wait till your opportunity. Now this is gonna be one of the times where he knocked at the door and now the door opening. You know what I mean? The door literally opening. I hope Jericho Sims run through that joint, bro. Because I think the cat he has some ability. I mean, I seen that boy put the ball on the floor, dribble up the court. I mean, he got power forward type moves sometimes. He now is like he's trying to put it together. Let's hope so. If you do that, I'm good. But I got one interesting one for you, ladies and gentlemen. Game recognized game. We all know that, right? I'm gonna tell you somebody that to me that was interesting I seen this year. I think it was in Albany or somewhere. Jacob Toppin working out with DiVincenzo. They was balling together. That tells you that you either tell how deep that family is in New York, like my man working out with Jacob Toppin. This them too, and somewhere Albany doing something. That's huge for me because that means that they must say, listen, go work out with my man this year. Go, get in DiVincenzo because Jacob Toppin I think he could give you what his brother gave you. Maybe not prolific, but his defense could be there though. You know what I mean? The cat he can block shots. He can do that. He got a little bit of game to him, man. So I'm hoping that what I seen with him and DiVincenzo, Shot Powers, is one of the things with Tibbs saying, you young guys get with these guys because that's how Deuce and Brian all them had to do it. You know what I mean? Get with these guys that's your contemporaries and your superior ones, get in there with them. And you seen Tyler Kolek and Brunson at the Black Ops game. You know what I mean? They're up there running in the Black Ops game. So these young guys is really getting with some of the veterans and let them guys kind of, give them some blueprint stuff on how to play basketball. And I think that's worked out pretty well. I would love to see Jacob Toppin get in training camp and make that roster instead of being a 2-way. Because I think he got a little bit of potential. Let's see if we can untap it, Shot Powers. But I did see that happen. I was pretty happy to see that these young guys are getting in the gym with these older guys. They're making it happen.
Yeah, this team, they are, we call them veterans, but they're really all kind of young guys. You know what I mean? I think every last one of them on the team right now could be my son. Let's keep it 100. All of them could be my son. Right. Even Julius Randle. You know what I mean? So let's keep that 100. You know what I mean? And these guys are in that same age realm where they bond together. And I wish that Toppin is a good looking guy, man. And I think they're gonna bring him up through the farm system and he'll be here for a little bit of time. He just gotta win a little bit. You know what I mean? I think Tom Thibodeau notices his defense, but he's not there yet. You know what I mean? And he's still young. I think he's under 25, 23, 24, 25, something like that. And he'll get there in the next year or so. I mean, so And I mean, if some slips up or something like that, you may see him come right up from Westchester. And I mean, and start playing dominant, because the one thing that I was hoping to see, well, what I did see when he did play in the summer league was excitement. I remember Kolek threw him a half-court pass, and he caught it, and I think he threw it backwards. He did something immaculate, but he didn't play no more with him. And I mean, so you know, I mean, he didn't play no more. That was it after that. You know, what I mean, I don't think he came back the next after that. So, but the way this front office and how they building up the farm system. Remember years ago we were talking, oh man, the Knicks ain't making no trades. Knicks ain't getting nobody in the from the draft. Ain't nobody coming over here from college. We ain't did none of this since Grimes and all this other stuff. We got 4 players this year. And I mean, that's all young guys. 2 of them is already signed onto the roster. 2 of them is in G League. We good, man. And we got Jacob Toppin. I mean, another young guy, 23, 24 years old. He was out there with the rest of them playing in
Black Ops too.
Black Ops 2, you know what I mean? And throwing it down, looking good from Kolek. You know what I mean? So some that we could look forward to, you know what I mean, as we moving up in the season and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean, it's you know, back to the pros and cons about Julius Randle. I think Julius Randle is a pro. The pros about Julius Randle is this year he's going to take more of a lesser role, but a more aggressive role. I think that Julius Randle's pros is that his assists goes up this year from that 4.5 to 8.9. I think his pros is he's going to be able to still get those double teams so he can kick it out to these 40-point shooters that we have. The cons, you know, as the front office is a contract. I mean, and, you know, signing him and signing Mikal, you know what I mean, next year or this year into next year and stuff like that, is it going to put us over that second apron? Is it going to make it harder for us to make trades? You know what I mean? That once you get into that second apron, you can only make 1-for-1 deals. So if you're looking, if Julius Randle is $45 million, you got to trade him for a player that's $45 million. I mean, that's what you got to do. You lose all your trade exceptions and all that other stuff. So, you know, going into the salary cap, not winning the championship is not worth it for the New York Knicks. For me. I mean, them doing those moves like that and not winning the championship is that's I could see them giving Julius $50-something million and going over into the second contract, because this team will be together for the next 3 years, so they don't have to make no more trades. And they got a banging farm system right now. We got players in the farm system. So next year we win the championship, we ain't moving nobody. Everybody's going to sit back and feel lovely about it, because they're going to grace everybody with a little extra paper on the side. So that's how I feel about it. So I the pros with Julius Randle is all the things that I said. The cons is his contract. That's the big dilemma about what Julius Randle, I believe, is hindering the front office to do anything. If they're going to trade him and move him, or they're going to let him go at the end of his contract and not give him an offer, or, you know, what they're going to do with him, you know. So that's the big con. And the pros, like I said, is, you know, up and up, man. I think 21, 11, and 8, I think he can get that every night.
Hey, coach, elaborate. Who you talk about in that deal? Because I had the Utah thing on my mind too, man. Did you think of the John Collins and somebody else with Kessler deal, or what do you think about that Utah situation? Hit me up, let me know what's up. And salute to everybody in the chat, man. Gideon, what's good? G Money, my man. Drip more, not less. What's popping? We in the building. D Ross, my brother. Salute Johnny Davis, Walter White. Tone Crow was in the building for NBA fan was in the building. Send everybody, to everybody down there, man. Queen Steph, everybody. You know how we get down. Ron, everybody. King Ribby, what's good, my brother? Metnick fan, let's go. Everybody, salute. You know, we on our motion right now, so forgive me not shouting y'all out, but appreciate that, real talk. But yeah, man, it's going down pretty soon, man. The season be upon us, and training camp be kicking off another couple of weeks. You know, all that good stuff, man. And you know, I'm excited, man. This team gonna be lit though. They got a lot of two-way stuff going on in New York. To me, Sharp Powers, they so versatile, it's ridiculous. And if like D-Rod said, if Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson have a superstar year, and Mitchell Robinson played the majority of the season, I don't think too many teams can mess with the Knicks. I'm being honest with you.
They're not, man.
And when you got Josh Hart and DiVincenzo back on the bench with Deuce McBride and so on and so on, it's a pretty deep roster, and it's continuity deep roster. Shot Powers, like, you know, other than reason why I say continuity, McHale is pretty much gonna fit right in with that. I mean, it ain't gonna take long to establish that. You know what I mean? Him, because he done played with these dudes before, and that's what's gonna be pretty interesting about this thing. But man, I'm looking so forward to these cats playing these creme de la creme teams, seeing Anunoby and McHale and Robinson and them. Get down on the defense side of the ball with Josh Hart and them. DiVincenzo ain't no starter on the defense side of the ball. We know my man Deuce McBride is what he could do. Cameron Payne could get down on the defense side of the ball. It's like they got two-way players. Achua can get down on both sides, not to a supreme level, but he could do it. He plays both sides. All these guys we got, man, they can play both sides of the ball. Unselfish dudes. They know how to play in the system. I think it's gonna be a pretty good year, man. I think we're going to go through our Knicks and Bruisers. No pun intended, my brother. They're gonna take their Knicks and Bruisers through the course of the year. But I think when the smoke clears and the dust settles, Shot Power, I think the New York Knicks gonna be one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA. And I'm not saying that as a home or nothing. I'm just talking about what they got, what they have on the court. If they stay healthy, it's gonna be tough to beat them boys, man. And that just coming from looking at what they got. You know what I mean? If the New York Knicks team was, let's say, Indiana, then I would say Indiana got a damn good basketball team. That's what I'm trying to say with this. Like, not because I'm a Knicks fan, they good. It doesn't matter who they was another organization, them will have a good ass basketball team because the Knicks are stacked, bro. They are stacked for real. He said, let me get that quote. Oh yeah, he said Pac-Man Sims, second for Kessler, Utah was looking at that. Man, listen. Make that happen. Pac-Man Sims, second round for Kessler. Utah was looking at Pac-Man and Kolek. You got to pull that. You got to pull that.
All right, I'm slow. Who Pac-Man?
Daddy. Me, myself, I'd rather keep Kolek. Yeah, I keep Kolek, though. Yeah, if you're going to put Kolek in that deal, I don't know if I'll bite on that. That's for sure. I think Kolek going to be special, bro. I think that kid going to be special. I'm not saying be special this year, but that cat is really got the goods. He got the good Shot Powers. That's one dude I could see. You know, that's why I say this team is so deep. I think he comes in.
I know who Batman is.
Yeah. I think he comes in. Deuce McBride gonna be a combo. He's not gonna be the backup point guard. I think they're gonna have Deuce McBride doing that off-ball type thing. But I do think Kolek can go in there and back up Brunson or get in the rotation. But I think that cat is he's gonna be nice, man. He got a vision like no other. He gonna be nice. I haven't seen a point guard like that in a long time in New York. Somebody who passed first and but got heart though. He got a lot of heart too. You know, he played gritty. And he did 4 years of college, so he got all the basics down, man. And he's out there working out like crazy. He in the gym and the black ops runs everything. So I love what Tyler Kolek bringing to the table. My question is, who is Kessler at bench backup? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and I think that's why we're bringing him here for that reason. Just back to be on the bench, and if Mitch go down, then Kessler come in here, and he don't have to worry about stealing nobody's shots. Kessler can play, man. He's on his third year. He had an off year last year for whatever reason. I don't know what beat, but he's a young dude. Third year, just to be his third year, got grit. He go hard, limp, shot block like crazy. I mean, Tibbs will love that dude. That's why I think you hear these names. Because Tibbs probably telling Leon Rose, listen, I like this dude. This is the dude I want. That's Tibbs doing. Tibbs picks these players. He tell the coach what type of player he want. I mean, not the coach. He tell the front office, this is what I need and this to get this team where I need to go get them, and they go get them. And I think guys like Kessler, Tibbs will love him because
he would.
He's a defense player. He
definitely would look way different than he did in Utah.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, man. So yeah, I like that. I don't have a problem with him coming here, man, because I think he like $2 million, $3 million a year on his rookie deal, blah blah blah. And after that, you ain't got to sign him back if you don't like him. See, I like moves like that because you get Kessler, he making like 2-3 million, 5, whatever. And if it don't work out, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. You let him walk. And I'd rather do that with somebody who make a $5 million, $2 million than somebody making 30. You know what I mean? So you take a risk on. He's a low risk, high reward type of thing to me, Walker Kessler. You're low risk, high reward. Couple of $1 million, give you 10, 12 minutes, 13 minutes. And if his numbers is too good, then him and Mitch split 24 apiece. You know what I mean? I think that'd be pretty interesting. Rather have Robert Williams than give up less. Okay, I got you. I feel you on that. That makes sense. I think the caveat is one stays on the court, the other one don't. I think we talked about that earlier, Nick Yak. A lot of people, we talked about Robert Williams as well, but I think people are mentioning his injury history. Am I not mistaken, Shot Powell? I think a couple of people in the chat was. But yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with none of them guys. I think Tibbs knows what he needs and he knows what he had. He look what he done built his team to. Look what he done got us to. Now I was reading an article by Ian O'Connor today, Shot Powell. They were talking about Tibbs didn't like some of the moves that Leon Rose did when he first got there. And I believe that because you know why? Tibbs did not want no Evan Fournier. He didn't want no Kemba Walker.
He definitely didn't want no, exactly.
He ain't want them, dude. That wasn't his type of players. So, and that's why I respect Tibbs for what he do. Tibbs know what he need. They give him what he need, and look what he done did when he got what he needed. And the year that he got the players he didn't want, and Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker, we didn't go to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. I don't even think Tibbs wanted Reddish.
Nah, he ain't want none of them dudes. He did not. He got a certain type of players he got to have under his arsenal, and I get it. Now he got the players. You know what I mean? Tibbs, and every year he got the players that he want. Look what happened. They got better. So now, and now Tibbs got his money. Brunson got his money. If you're gonna give Randall his money, give him his money. Everybody got once you give Randall and what's his name, Mikal Bridges their money. Everybody paid, no excuse. Go win me a ring. That's what Joe Dolan and Leon Rose gonna say. I gave you what you wanted. I gave y'all money. I gave y'all the talent. Go win me a ring. That's what it all boiled down to. So I think Tim did a good job of bringing in the right players and all that good stuff. Nick Yak said we would have 3 centers, 6'11" or bigger with Mitch Williams. Yeah, that's true. I ain't mad at that. And that's another guy, Haka Purdy. Let's see how that's going to translate. Knicks is deep. Before they deep. But I ain't got no problem with that with Nick Yak having Mitch in him. I have no problem with that whatsoever, my brother. Because that's some solid big size up there, man. But hey, man, the season almost here, man. Right now we just vibing, man. Shop out, how we do. Not too much going on lately. Then we just want to create some content to get in here with the family and give y'all a chance to express yourselves. Because that's what it is. I'm looking forward to the season. Shop out overall. I'm giddy about it. Knicks got a good team. We won't be on Knicks Real Talk many times this year feeling sad. I'll put it like that. Or having a bad night. I think the Knicks gonna be pretty good, man. What you think, man? What's your gut feeling about your boys this year?
57 wins, top 3 in the NBA, top 3 in the East this year. At least 57 wins, top 3 in the East. Mm-hmm. And the acquisition of OG Anunoby with Mikal Bridges is gonna make Mitchell Robinson's job so much easier.
Yeah.
I mean, we get a healthy Julius Randle is just gonna elevate the front the starting lineup, and Brunson come back with his hand ailment gone. He's easily 28 points a game. You know what I mean? So we the less points that Julius Randle scored, the more points that the OG and Mikal Bridges is gonna score. So we're gonna have guys some nights that you're gonna see 3 guys with 20-something points easily. So you can see one night it'll be Julius Randle with 25, Bridges with 22, and Brunson with 26. And then the next night it might be OG, Mikal, and Julius, because you might see a night that that Brunson comes out and gets 44 assists. He come out there and get like 14, 17, 19 assists because of the type of crew that he got on the court. I mean, he's going to elevate his assist game with Mikal and OG on the court. You've seen last year how he loved to pass the ball to OG because OG knocked the ball down. I mean, he knocks the ball down. That makes you get an easy assist. I mean, when you're giving it to somebody that's going to knock it down about 40% of the time, so that means if they take 10 shots, they're going to hit If they take 10 shots, they're gonna hit 6. I mean, yes, 4. I mean, they're gonna hit 4. I mean, they take 10 shots, they're gonna hit 4. That's not a bad percentage.
Yeah. You know what's interesting to me, like I said earlier, is that team is so. I think they top 5 defense. I think they top 5 offense. Could be. I know the defense would be top 5, but I also could see the Knicks being up in the high echelon in the offenses too, especially the net rating anyway. Because they got one of the leading 3-point shooter in the league last year is on the bench. So, you know, I mean, Big Ragu go back to the bench. It's gonna be interesting, man. You know, and I feel for Big Ragu because I know you don't lose your job because you somebody get injured, which that's the reason why he got the job there. But he showed improved though. He showed improved. So I say all that to say is, you know, what's crazy when Julius Randle or Mikal Bridges go out or Anunoby go out, you bring the Big Ragu. Your team don't even get weaker. You know what I mean? That's what's so interesting to me because DiVincenzo will go for 20 on you in a minute when he's on. In a minute, you know what I mean? So to have somebody like that and can play defense, if somebody like Anunoby or let's say Randall go to get a break, and you got Jalen Brunson, DiVincenzo, Mikal Bridges, Anunoby, and Mitchell Robinson, or you got Brunson, DiVincenzo, Anunoby, Mikal, and Julius Randle when you need a bucket. You know what I mean? That is crazy, bro. So that's why I think this team is pretty deep because they got too much versatility. They got a lot of versatility in New York. They can go all over the place with this thing. And I think it's going to be interesting. Going to give a lot of teams fits in the NBA this year because they never at a weak point. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Because of the acquisition of Mikal Bridges and Anunoby, the New York Knicks is never at a weak point whether they're on a bench or they're in a game. Because if one of them dudes come out, you still got that one dude in there could do the damn thing. That's pretty good to have, you know what I mean? So, and then, like I said, Cameron Payne and them guys, and the way Josh Hart and them play defense, and it's just crazy, you know what I mean? And we ain't even talking about the kid drops and all these guys. We don't know what's going to happen with them, but I know that's 7, 8 nucleus, 9 nucleus. That's just lit. That's lit. Continuity, chemistry, camaraderie. They know how to play with each other. They understand each other's tendencies, whether they weak or strong. They know where to hit each other at. They know each other play at. They know where. I mean, they can go. It's crazy, man. The Knicks gotta be. I'm not even putting hype on the Knicks. I'm not. This is not even hype. I'm expecting this to happen. I'm expecting
exactly.
This ain't no hype. I'm expecting the Knicks to get to where I'm thinking they're gonna go. And this is one time I'll say, if the barring injury, if the Knicks don't get to the finals, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. If they lose in the conference finals, it gotta be a reason. I'll be okay. You know, I'll be hurt. I won't be mad, but I would be disappointed if the Knicks will get to the finals because I just think they got a solid 7, 8, 9 nucleus that can give any team the business.
You can almost go to 11, but 9 definite. There's 9 men on that team in a rotation that can actually still have your starters still having them under 35 minutes a game.
If the Knicks stay,
that 9-man rotation, you can still run a 9-man rotation and still keep Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Mikal Bridges, and OG Anunoby under 35 minutes a game.
Yeah, you dead on. You know what? Like I said, this team, they won 53 games with a depleted roster last year. Think about this shit here, though. I think this is one thing I can say that when you look at all the variables that happened throughout the season, they did this here without Mitchell Robinson starting center, Julius Randle starting power forward, Anunoby starting small forward. Got to the playoffs, lost your bench. The Bogdan, everybody, and they still capped out in the second round. So if the New York Knicks come back healthy, that means Mitchell Robinson's back, Anunoby's back, Randall's back, and you added Mikal Bridges. And that means that DiVincenzo is coming off the bench with Josh Hart. I don't even see how remotely because there's nobody on that team you punking on the bench. Them some dogs on there. Them boys got dog in them. I mean. And that's a dog team they put together. And they've got a dog squad from the first from the star point guard all the way up They got a bunch of guys who got heart, bro. All of them got heart. All of them got heart. You ain't punking Manley. You ain't punking Brunson. You ain't punking Anunoby. You're not punking Mitchell Robinson. You're not punking Josh Hart. You're not punking none of them dudes, bro. So all that tough shit can go out the window when you play the Knicks. If anybody gonna be doing a punking, it's gonna be them. You know, we one of the most physical teams in the NBA. So I just don't see where when I look at the landscape of the NBA, and I know you got a lot of talented teams, but this team is built different. It is built different. So let's see how it goes, man.
And another quick thing, if you want to look at 10 and 11th man, that's Precious Achiuwa and Jericho Sims.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Oh my.
You know, so because I definitely can see Jericho Sims with Precious Achiuwa on the court with Deuce McBride, DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart. The two things that why I say that everybody says, "Oh, Deuce ain't not a point guard," but you know who can play point guard too? The big Ragu. You know who else can pass the basketball and set people up? Josh Hart.
Josh Hart, that's right.
You know what I mean? So you don't need in that second unit, you don't need a real quasi point guard, you know, unless you want to throw Kolik in there. But if you got someone that can get guys open to where they need to shoot from. Josh Hart last year, how many triple doubles Josh Hart had last year?
Yeah, right.
I mean, how many times you seen DiVincenzo control the pace of the basketball with Deuce McBride on the court? And Deuce McBride this year is going to get better with controlling the basketball. At least from what I've seen, that first step that Deuce McBride is doing now is not what I've seen him even in the G League. He has another way of making that move where he looks like he does a drop in between the legs, and now he's making a move. Something that we seen slightly last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna make this team way better, man.
Yeah, they're gonna be interesting, man. I like I said, it's gonna be nice. If I see Knicks lose certain games, and not only that, if the Knicks don't win 30-something games in the Garden this year, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Knicks gonna
Divine.
Garden better be 35-7 or something, or 35-6. 41 out of 41 home games, they got to win. Man, Knicks better dominate that, and I think they will this year because this team is too locked in, and I think they're on a mission too. You know what I mean? They know they got bounced out 2 times in the past 2 years in the second round, so obviously they're gonna be really motivated to go out there and play basketball this year, man. And I just think that's gonna be a pretty tough team to beat. Philly did the thing, that's okay, but I still don't think that team can in a 7-game series can beat the Knicks. I don't think so. I just think that's too much. I know Paul George can get down. I know Maxey can get down. I know Embiid can get down. I get all that. I know all these guys get down, but they still ain't got nobody to stop Jalen Brunson. We got somebody who can stop. We got somebody who can stop Paul George and them. See, we got 2 guys who can play Paul George and Maxey. We got Mikal and Anunoby. So he did make them play hard all game long. You know what I mean? That when any team played in New York Knicks, it's not gonna be a walk in the park. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So even if you playing Boston, them cat, they know when they play the Knicks, it's not gonna be easy. And I think that bodes well for us because I still think Jalen Brunson one of the more dynamic offense scorers in the Eastern Conference than in the NBA. But because of the way he played basketball, it's hard to stop that dude. You know what I mean? And now you can't do all that double team no more when Randall get back, and then all these other guys, like you say, sit in the corner and all this stuff. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting year. I'm looking forward for it, man. I think it's gonna be a really good year. It's going, like I said, we ain't going undefeated, obviously, but you know, I think Knicks should win a lot of basketball games from what I'm seeing from my standpoint. Looking at the team overall and the way they built, I just think they got a pretty solid team here. Now let's see how it goes. You know, don't happen to the season start. On paper, they look real crazy, but you know, I like that. Dave Smith said Randall and Mitch for Carl Town makes the Knicks instant favorite. You know, a lot of people would disagree with you, Dave Smith, but I won't. I ain't disagreeing with you on that. A lot of people oh my God, bro. I ain't mad at you for that. I don't get. Oh man, that's crazy right there. Dude stretched the floor like no other. I mean, this book 40% from downtown, 6-7 foot.
Now you're looking at 5 players on the court that can shoot over 40% because with Towns coming into the lineup, that's Towns, OG, Mikal, DiVincenzo, and Brunson. That's 40 points across the board from 3-point land from all your players. And you know Towns is going to draw the player from out of the center position. Now the middle, the middle is wide open, and you got players that can penetrate. OG can penetrate. Done it very well last year. Mikal is about 50% from field goal percent. Mid-range is lethal. Shoots about 40%. Opens it up for Brunson because now Brunson can wheel and deal. And DiVincenzo last year shot how many? For 280 3-pointers last year, something like that. Incredible.
Yeah, Nick 100. I absolutely have observed their move. They did a lot of good things. Eric Gordon, was the big boy Andre Drummond. They did a lot of good stuff down there. With my man Caleb Martin and all them. I get it. They're gonna be a tough out. But like I said, a lot of them guys we depending on in Philly is 35 years old or older.
Facts.
They are older, and on paper they are. Listen, Philly. If Joel Embiid don't win a ring this year, he won't get one. I put that's how good that team is. But I think our team is more versatile. When I mean versatile, they're younger, more versatile, more connected, more continuity. They've been together. They know how to get down. That Philly got no excuses to win a ring this year. So I'm not saying I'm definitely not overlooking them. I like our team better for a lot of reasons. Not because I'm a Knicks fan. I just like that the way you could put our team together like Voltron. We got a Voltron type team. They just can go anyway. You know, you got 2 all NBA today. We got a good team down here in New York, man. So ahead before the Cat thing, I don't even think it's about Cat being better than Julius Randle. It's not even that. He blends in better with that squad out there. That's what that's about. He shoots 40% from downtown. He gets you 20 points a game, 22 points a game. He gets you 10 rebounds. He can put up Julius Randle numbers. Taller. Look at him and Julius Randle numbers. They ain't that far off.
He's all-star, all-NBA.
He's all-star, all-NBA, 7 foot, who can knock it down from. That's why the Boston Celtics, when they got Kristaps Porzingis and won a ring, because they big men opened that damn floor up, and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown had a fucking field day. You put Karl Anthony Towns on the court with the Knicks, with Jalen Brunson, the way he get downhill, Mikal can get down there, and nobody can get down there. That's dangerous because now you're taking their shot blockers out of there. And the Cat now, when he on the offense side of the ball, he pulling their big man out of there. Now we really eating. Listen. I'm not even advocating trade Julius Randle for no. I'm not the one even advocating that. But make no mistake about it. Karl Anthony Towns to play basketball. Forget all that soft shit. That ain't got nothing. Hey, he wasn't soft that night. He dropped 62 on somebody. He wasn't soft the other last when he shut Rudy Gobert. Jokic him down in the playoff last year. Come on, man. This cat is talented. Regardless of what you may think about him, he ain't got to be hard in the NBA. It's not the league that was 10 years ago. Karl Anthony Towns is an all-star, all-NBA. Top big man shooter. He gets the same amount of rebounds that Julius and all them do. And even with his 2 years left on that $60 million, you ain't got to sign him back. But that means you saving almost 100-something million for not giving it to Julius Randle for 5 years. You give me Cat for 2 years and Julius Randle for 5 more years, I take Cat for 2 years all day, every day. And if you don't like it at the end of 2 years, trade him. Because he traded. But make no mistake about it, he fits what we got now because that gives Anunoby and it gives Mikal a chance to get down there and kind of do what they do. I understand. Maneuver. Yeah, I understand about all that soft stuff. But listen, Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Evans got to the Western Conference Finals last year, or something close to that in their nature. You know, and with Rudy Gobert. And that's what's so crazy about it. You ain't got to put him at the 5 neither. Let him play a natural position. He still could play the 4. If you had, and not only that, this is a good analogy right here. Let's say if Mitchell Robinson went out for a few minutes, then you brought in DiVincenzo, and then you let Cat play a little 5. Now you got Cat, Anunoby, Mikal, DiVincenzo, and Jalen Brunson. That is insane. That's insane. And that's not hyperbole. If you look at that from a number and a fit standpoint, he opens up that floor. See, Randall does the same thing, but Randall don't shoot the percentage that my man shoots from out there. I don't care how soft he is. He ain't soft to me. That's just people saying that. I don't really get caught up in that. Because if he was soft, he wouldn't be going to the damn all-NBA squad. Or he wouldn't be going, he wouldn't got 207 million. Call Anthony Towns and play basketball, ladies and gentlemen. I know everybody talk about that shit that happened with Jimmy Butler, and the man's still in the NBA, and he getting money, he getting buckets. His team just went to the Western Conference Finals last year. I'd take Karl Anthony Towns in a heartbeat because that contract is only for a couple of more years. And then you can renegotiate what you want to give him if you want to keep him, but you ain't gonna have to give him Julius Randle money. Yeah, that's that. I agree with y'all. Cat is not soft, man. That Cat can play, man. I'll take Cat down here in a minute, bro. East Coast type dude, New Jersey type dude. I'm just rambling. I know that, but not trying to say who's right or wrong here. I'm not going out like that. I'm just saying my feeling for him that I think he helped makes his team just as good as Julius Randle being here, because he literally can go out there in that area, the 3-point area, and open up that defense, open up that offense for the Knicks. He goes out there, opens up the offense, and then, like I said, if Mitchell Robinson goes down, Cat play some 5, stretch 5 with Anunoby at the 4, whatever. I mean, it's just crazy, man. I like everything about that dude. So I think you had to look at it here, and just like Anthony Davis, it's positionless basketball anyway, ladies and gentlemen. It's not like Cat gonna get the ball; he got to sit down there in the post. That's why he's a stretch player, just like Porzingis, just like he can do both of them. Not that he want to do it, and I listen. I don't got no. I guarantee you, y'all gotta look at the way this shit bounces. It ain't what we think. It's a CAA client. Tibbs drafting him. Tibbs know how he gets down. Tibbs drafting him. He a CAA client. He from the East Coast, New Jersey. Right. His father, diehard Knicks fan, big time, all that. And start doing line with these dudes, man. The Knicks run a family type of flip. You look at all these players like that. Look where all of them from. Jalen Brunson, New Brunswick. Mikal Bridges, Philly. DiVincenzo, Delaware. Now you bringing in a Jersey dude right in that corridor. And look at all the players on that team. A lot of them come from that's the type of play they bringing in here. They bringing in a family-oriented, certain type of structure. The way Tibbs, Connecticut. You know what I mean? Come on. I bring Cat down here in a heartbeat, New York. What? Name another big in the league. Give me a top talented dude. Bigs in the league better than Karl Anthony Towns, other than Jokic, Anthony Davis. You got to put Cat up in there. You got to put him up in there. So I don't got with all that other stuff, man. All the other stuff don't mean nothing. What you do on the basketball court, the numbers don't lie. I don't care about all that other stuff. The numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. His numbers is being backed up every night in the NBA, and he putting them up too. He's throwing them up there, and he ain't doing it on a weak team. He's doing it with a up-and-coming superstar shot powers. And another, so him in that system with Anunoby and them, that's lights out, man. So anyway, that's my take on Forrest Cat. They talking about it, and I think it'd be a nice team. But no matter what, with Randall, we still going to the final now. Let's not get it twisted. I still like what we got here, but I think if from a business standpoint, if with that chat he put up there with the Randall and Mitch for Cat, I probably had to bite on that. I ain't gonna front. I probably had to get to do it. I'm not even gonna front, and I'm a Mitch homer and a Randall homer. I probably had to do that though. I seriously had to think about that. So I don't know, but yeah, that'd be a good one, Shop Pop. But listen, man, we just came in to get in here with y'all. We vibing, y'all know what it is, man. Nick Smith Talk, salute to Nick 100, Nick Yak, Dave Smith, Tim, my brother, what's popping?
Tim.
What's good, man? Good to see everybody. Just want to jump in tonight a little bit, man. We ain't been on for a couple of weeks. Try to create some content and have some dialogue with you guys, man, and kick it with y'all. So, yeah, but listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got a good team here, man. We got a good team in New York. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do. And that That'd be crazy. Hey, Shot Powers, real quick. Can you imagine they did get Cat and pulled off the walking Tesla trade? Oh my gosh, that would be crazy, bro.
I'm not opposed to Cap.
Me neither, man.
I'm not opposed to Cap.
I fucks with talent. I mess with talent, bro.
I'm not opposed to Cat. Cat changed the whole dynamic, and he's a big guy that can play some basketball, and he definitely can contest with a lot of players in the East and at that quasi center position, if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
that's what I like about him. And I think Nick, Nick 100 just hit that yelling head. See, he's not like, he don't score by giving me the ball and I gotta, you get me to the ball in my right spot, I'm gonna knock it down. And if you throw a head fake, I'm gonna take you down to the hole and I'm gonna throw it on you or whatever. So he's different from Randall in this ad point. He's not a ball pounder type guy. You know what I mean? Like Randall, you throw Randall the ball, he gonna get create for himself and get his bucket. He that's how he get down. You know what I mean? Unless he wide open, then but if you give Randall the ball, y'all watched it for the last 4 years before Brunson got there. You put Julius Randall down in the block, you throw the ball down to him, let him bang, big body, do whatever, and get his bucket. Cat scores in a different way. He scores, but he scores in a different way. So I like it because, number one, if you look at the time of possession with the ball in your hand compared to Cat and Julius Randall, I'm quite sure Randall's is higher for how long he has the ball compared to how long Cat has the ball in his hand. Cat knocks with the ball in his hand like this shot, I look at it like, I'm going to beat you off the dribble. I'm going to try to he's not that type of player. You know what I mean? You break down the lane and Cat sitting in the corner, you might as well just throw it over there because 40% of the time you're going to knock it down and keeps the middle unclogged. But also, you can get it down to him in the block and he can do some work. I mean, and I think
he got an L mid-range game. I'm pretty sure he's high 40% from field goal percentage. And I'm just saying 40. I think he 43, 44, 45. I'm pretty sure he's around that. I don't know it offhand, but I'm pretty sure he ain't no 38% from the field goal line. And he's definitely shooting about 80% from the free throw line too.
Yeah, real quick. We gonna let me do right quick. I'll put up his numbers right quick and then we get out of here. Let me see what Cat numbers is overall. Because the Cat brother got some numbers, man. He ain't no slouch, brother. Word on, for real. What did he do last year? 21, 8, 3, 18 PER career, and 22 points per game is career, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and PER 23.8. So so remember what I said, 21-8 for his last year, but his career is 22-9. He did have an injury last year, so one of the years he can but his career numbers is awesome though. And then if you go to the flip side, you look at our boy Randall's numbers. I'm just making this comparison to see the difference of where everybody talk about far as the number one. Then we get out of here. Julius Randle, 24 points a game, 9 rebounds, 3 assists career-wide. Career-wide, Julius Randle was 19 a game, 9 rebounds, 0.4, and 3.7 assists and 18.1 PER. So Julius Randle cracked 19. He did 18.9 last year. He had 20 points a game last year, 24, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Them numbers went up higher too. So to me, you're not losing nothing with either one of them. You know what I mean? But and I already said that because now in the next 2 years, Julius Randle is owed $60 million over the next 2 years. Then on top of that, he's eligible for extension. So that's why I bring the Cat thing up with right now. He's got a shorter year. Money's longer, but the years are shorter. And I just think a 7-foot power forward, a 7-foot power forward who could score the way he scored out there puts a lot of pressure on a lot of teams. You know what I mean? To me, knowing somebody like you who's 7 foot and playing a power forward spot, there's only a couple of guys do that shit. Anthony Davis, they out there, but it's not too many of them. 7 foot four that could do what these guys do. So it's gonna be interesting, man. He's gonna be a name that down the line, because like I said, sometimes the connection of right then is it's just too connected to me. CAA kids drafting him, You know what I mean? Chop out kid from over here. All this shit. It's like wow, it's crazy. But listen, man, we're gonna get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I wish we could stay on all night, but I know we gotta get out here, get on our grind tomorrow and all that good stuff. But it was great getting here with everybody, man. Chop out, holler at your boy, man. Talk to me.
Salute to you, Divine, as always. Salute to the family in the chat. The season is right around the corner. They'll be in training camp pretty soon, and the next thing you know, we'll see some preliminary games. Let's get it. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Knicks do this year and see who comes back healthy this year to at least play some preseason games to start the season. So let's get it.
Yeah, hey Nick. Yeah, real quick. He don't necessarily have to play for. If you trade Mitch, I don't think so. I think you still you could plug anybody in at the 4. You could put Preston Chua there for all I care. You keep him at his natural 4 position. You could start Jericho Sims at the 5. But I wouldn't even care. I don't think he necessarily that means if you trade Mitch, he has to go play center. You trade him, Randall. You keep him at the 4. You could plug anybody in at the center spot because that's the beauty about it, Shot. That's why I'm saying even if you trade Mitch, you could get another Mitchell Robinson at the 5. You know what I mean? And just play my man at the 4 like you do. That's why only reason I'm really saying is that you can keep that dude at the 4, like Randall position, put him at his stretch 4 position, and just get a rebounder and a shot blocker or somebody at the 5 spot who ain't got to score the ball because you got your scores now. You got all 4 of them dudes. That would be crazy, man. But anyway, salute to everybody, man. Great conversation. We'll see y'all later on in the next week, man. We get ahead and get something popping. Real talk, man. I know it's hard. We trying to create what content that we can because it's, we out here. We out here like that, man. But whether I know the team we have right now, I'm good with that team. That team to me still going to the finals. The New York Knicks. I'm saying right here on Knicksville Talk on September the 12th, I have the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals. Period. And I eat crow later if I have to, but I doubt it. So shout out, peace. Peace, everybody, man. We out, man. Y'all have a good one. We see y'all in the next one, man. Knicksville Talk, Divine, the chat, and everybody, man. Y'all appreciate y'all coming in, but we see y'all, man. We're gonna get out of here. Get ready to get on that grind. Y'all be safe. Y'all do the same. We'll talk to you, man. Peace.
Peace.
We
Knicks fans, yo, we coming hard.
It's time for Knicksville Talk High. Been going live on a televised on the blue skies with we on that Friday night Knicks with our Knicks constituents. Lift the ultra trip. That's that Knicks orange and blue. I thought you knew it's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. We stand on business. Knicksville Talk brand. You know we in this. We in the streets of Manhattan. People in the action. Getting the people reacting. Leading up to Knicks and he's getting it crack. Cause it's game time. We in the world most famous. We see the Knicks lock your team up. I be serving just like a subpoena. You know the Knicks fan. We feeling real giddy and litty. Cause the New York City gritty committed to beat the city by 50. We're about to get me a nice cipher with a smart quarter on ice. For a few bucks in the quarter to pay the order with my smart device. We got them getting it popping in the Apple Watch. Let the home, let the partners stopping on their Apple Watch. And Knicksville Talk, the team streaming on YouTube.com. We got 2 dudes doing good moves spot on, dropping the bomb. When the copies got a spot and dropping some of the hottest Knick content that's up in your head. Enough said, upstairs leaving the guard after they done got me back. Looks like a cab to fly back to the triad, no jet lag.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
We